You see your politicians fail you, you got to turn to prayer. You got to turn to prayer, in fact, in all aspects of your life. And I think when you're looking at what's happening across the globe, the chaos, whether it be the chaos on the southern border, what we saw in Cuba, for example, with the dictatorship really cracking down on dissidents, what you're seeing in Hong Kong, what you're seeing in Afghanistan, it's a moment in time where we have to come together and ask the Lord to have mercy on us, to pray for those who are seeking peace, to pray for peace in the world. And, I know for me, my faith is center to my life, and it's something that I know that gives us direction as to what we need to be doing next.
We really felt this heavy on our hearts as we were watching these images come out of Afghanistan, and first and foremost seeing our servicemen and women almost just like left the years that they've put in and everything, the feelings that they're having watching this just kind of fall to pieces. And secondly, we see how women and girls are going to have to live under Sharia law and under Taliban rule, and everything that they worked for just being thrown away. And no other leftist women's empowerment groups are speaking out against this. And we see what these women and girls are going to have to face, and as a women's organization, we just want to be there to cast that light and say we cannot abandon these girls and leave them to the wolves, honestly.
I support the efforts of Concerned Women for America. Penny Nance and I are good friends believing in this important cause of standing up for Afghan women and children. I think what we're seeing and what's happening there is so tragic, and we have to be a voice for those who are suffering under the brutal rule of the Taliban, in addition to the fact that President Biden has just simply failed the Afghan people.
Well, I believe that it's important for, as a Afghan American, to come out and show my support and express my emotions and feelings the way we feel. So that was the main reason us being here, and show the support of all the women here in US.
We really wanted this to be a prayer rally because we firmly believe in prayer and action, and we know that prayer is the biggest thing we can do. So we just want to lift up all of these needs, our servicemen and women, those women and children and our allies, and lift them up to God and just let Him work a miracle in Afghanistan.
Prayer is the bedrock of what we do. We know that God is sovereign and that this world is full of sin and evil, and there are always going to be terrorists. But it is our responsibility to stand up against that. So we are coming humbly and praying today, asking for God's miraculous, sovereign power to miraculously save the people in Afghanistan.
Prayers are strong, and especially for the vulnerable people who are helpless, prayers will help and God will listen, because doing the wrong thing will never go long way. So the prayers are very important, and I'm very thankful for everyone here who gathered and praying for Afghan women and kids.
Afghanistan is a women's issue. It should be an issue for everyone, because it is a nation where women's rights are violated in ways that we can't even imagine here in America. Under Sharia law, they have zero rights. They can not show their face, they cannot drive, they cannot vote. Women and children, as we speak, are being ripped from their homes and sold as sex slaves, not even sold, just sent as sex slaves to the Taliban, to these terrorists. Women in Afghanistan are an item. They are abused and terrorized, and it is wrong, and we have to stand up for them.
As we all know, this is not the first time. It's always whenever there's a war or a withdrawal from a war, women and children are the first ones who are the most vulnerable ones. And in this case, the type of people we are dealing with, Taliban, based on bringing the religious into that, they have a big opportunity of suppressing them and getting away with so much, which is obviously it's not easier if it's a non-Muslim country.
We should be having a women's march for the Afghan women, because they have no voice. And I think it's so important to recognize that women who were working, girls who were going to school, there was hope in Afghanistan. It wasn't a perfect situation, but now what's happened is that hope has been completely dismantled because of President Biden's failed policies on Afghanistan.
Thanks so much for watching this video. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss new content from the Daily Signal.